What's up, everybody? Welcome to an impromptu stream. It's been a slow day at work today, so I don't tell anybody that I'm doing this. But we're back with another Tinder Gods versus Order 66 game. We are 0-2 on Nickel City X-Wing, but we've won our one and only game so far here on 312. So maybe we can keep up the winning luck here on the stream. We'll see. This is going to be a fun one. We've got just 2 chance engagement games left. These are sudden death games for us in the sense that we cannot afford to lose another game. If Order 66 wins just one of the next 2, they will clinch the first week of the first week of season 3 of the Draft League, the inaugural week that started us all off. I think a couple of teams have won now. I know Mega Milk Union won early. I am not sure on the status of the other teams yet, but if you guys know, please let me know. Don't tell anyone in a public broadcast. Well, don't tell anyone. I don't know. I think half the people at work know I stream. The other half, and then of those people, like a couple even know what the name of the channel is. So I'll be checking my phone or my email right after this, but my boss is off today, so not too much I am working on. So this is a first, but we'll see how it goes. If I get in trouble, I think it'll be pretty funny. I don't think anything bad will happen because I do a lot of decent work for my my company. I'll start up the betting now, but representing the team Order 66 here, we've got the Wargaming Dad.
Execute Order 66.
I will say that poor team Order 66 yesterday, Dan, some bad luck, a bit of a spanking, ended up being a spanking in a game that I did not foresee concluding the way that it did, just the way it goes sometimes. So we got the Wargaming Dad is rocking a 4-ship rebel list, man after my own heart. Always be even opposing teams. If they're playing rebels, they have a little bit of favor with me. We got my boy, my favorite pilot in the game, Luke Skywalker, with shattering shot, trick shot, the wombo combo of all the lots of obstructed opportunities as well. He's got chopper and munitions failsafe to round out his loadout. And then we've got Garvin Drace, the Battle of Yavin Garvin with the advanced protorps and the regen droid. Keo Venzi, finally played Keo for the first time, and I had a ton of fun playing them. We're probably going to play Keo again at some point soon with trick shot, cluster missiles, vectored cannons. And then we've got Ezra Bridger with trick shot, veteran tail gunner, electro chaff missile as on him. That's interesting. I don't see chaff on the gauntlet much. And Night Brother, the 7-point gauntlet. One of the better gauntlet pilots, just kind of flies under the radar because of the I3, and the gauntlet's just a tad awkward. And then representing the Tinder Gods, I know a gauntlet not named Rook, right? So we've got Andre Paris, my boy Andre. Kept him after last season, did such a great job for us last season. I had to keep him around. So he's bringing a 6-ship first order list. It's pretty nasty with Malrus, with cluster missiles, Lieutenant Gaelic, a proud tradition ion cannon, Scorch with shield upgrade, DT-798 aka Borch with shield upgrade, Nightfall with fanatical, prockets, sensor scramblers, and the enhanced jamming suite. And then we've got Grudge with the chaffs and laser bomb and composure. So this will be very interesting to see. Rebels get countered pretty hard by, I think First Order is one of the better counters. However, it is chance, so anything goes. The game's gonna be kind of close. Rebels got the trick shots out there. They've got chaff as well. So we will see how it goes. It will be fun nonetheless. Zob saying, I believe in you, Dad. The Wargaming Daddy. Order 66 is ahead 2-1 for now. We'll see what happens after this game. If the Tinder Gods ghost the Wargaming Dad today, we will have a decisive game 5. It feels like the playoffs already. Tomorrow. No, it's Sunday. On Sunday, Matt Carey versus Levi. It'll be Empire versus, what is Levi playing? Republic? I believe it's Republic. So that'll be 2 of the best factions in the game right now. Actually, the two best factions. Would be quite the game. And we are setting our dials. We're almost underway here. Again, if you haven't got your bets in, it is time to do so. Don't forget to put everything on the line. I'm going to have to bet on... I'll always be betting on one as long as we are on the left side. So I'll just bet 10K. And here we go. All right, first player goes to the Wargaming Dad. And we are officially underway. The lowest initiative pilots in this matchup here, it's got Grudge. Will go first. He gives an I2, and then we have a couple of I3s on the Rebel side. Ezra, as well as Keo. Grudge is going to go fast. We've got Luke is at the top, top middle-ish right now. Here comes Keo. Remember, no objective points for the first turn. So even though it's at range 2, it doesn't matter. Not yet. Nezra's going real fast. Setting up a way to come down the middle of the board, most likely. These large bases get a little awkward there with the obstacles. However, he does want to line up some trick shots if he can. Ezra does only have the one force. Luke is going pretty fast. Four straight. Oh, that's Garvin now. And the colors are changed on me again. All right. So Luke is actually facing off against Grudge. So Luke is yellow. So everyone's like, oh, that completely changes my bet. Maybe it does. There you go. The Yasby auto color is not perfect yet. What if I sacrificed everything? That's so good. This is such a good gift, dude. Shout out to Planning Phase Syndicate for picking up a game pretty last minute yesterday. I think one of the KDB games. I can't remember. Are they playing Team Fox right now? I think so. Might be the V team. I don't know. There's a lot of teams. Lots of teams. Microsoft Teams. Let me take a look at that. He's fine. Luke doing a 2 straight. Luke's gonna get chaffed. He could barrel roll maybe. He's gonna just grab a lock. So here's the deal with the chaff. That doesn't matter. You break locks as a game effect of landing or hitting the chaff. That doesn't include the jam. So that's probably for, I mean, it will be most likely because of Nightfall, because of Enhanced Jamming Suite. There are other ways to jam. Nightfall's an I4. Malorus is like, do I want to stand off against the gauntlet? Going to barrel roll. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if he boosts and does the 4 straight chaff, Luke would have to do a 1 straight, right? To not. But yeah, the trick shot, shattering shot. I kind of ditched shattering shot on Luke unless there's a way for him to get a focus from someone else. It's very difficult with just 1 force to get 6 hits. If you can like set up a lock for later, obviously it's really good. You have that focus. Curious to see Nightfall, where the decloak happens. There might be a way for Nightfall to be able to decloak forward and then do the boost jam to get Luke. He gets extra jammed. So even if he doesn't, well, it'll just break the lock. So Wargaming Dad doing his due diligence to make sure he takes the lock early so that that jam doesn't matter as much for that first engage. Frankie, what's up? Planning Phase Syndicate, putting it all on Andre, former Tinder god. Chris, happy at home with his buddy, his co-host. I added Planning Phase Syndicate to the about section at the bottom, or below the about section for suggested streams. It took me too long to do that, but it is done. Another way to watch Draft League games. They will be streaming here and there as well. This is not the only game today for us. We have Crispy versus Pim later on, 7 o'clock Central. So we will most likely stop the stream and then start up early. I might do a game of baseball or something as a pre-game, pre-show mess around. But yeah, I'm not gonna stay live. I need to check back in on work. I'm not gonna just be live for like 8 hours, 7 hours. It's a big turn for Grudge though. Grudge is without Skill Bombardier. It's harder to hit Luke from that far away. And looks like Fox has taken all but one game to beat was it Keldor Bushman? Keldorian Bushmasters. That's Will Scott's team, another Tinder god. Branching off, they grow up. They grow up. The other thing to keep in mind is, can you fit a decloak? I think you can. Nightfall, a potential procket is pretty scary as well. That's something that looms. We're checking over, making sure that we're good. Should be good to go here. And here's the road roll. Big first engagement coming up here for both sides. First player, the reroll time. It goes back to the Wargaming Dad. System phase shenanigans are about to commence. Commence system phase shenanigans. Yesterday we had Hickman versus Dan. Hickman took that game, I think 24-3, and then Joe lost to. Ooh, that's a good chaff. One straight. Not sure the one straight will clear. It might by just a hair. Here's the decloak there. Nice, nicely done. Sevwall took that game against Joe pretty handily. I think it was like 26-13. Scum, it's tough to play Scum these days, especially with salvage. So first order that's a tough order, tall order. All we needed to do is win one game yesterday. So Hickman took care of that, and we will see what happens. And that was the wise move, because just in case loot clears, just take a focus. How aggressive does Garvin get if he turns in on Grudge? Here's Keo. Could be wise to take that lock. You have the cluster missiles. We are taking the lock here. Ezra 3 hard. Wow. Right in the face. Does he have contraband? He does not. But he likes being stressed. Grudge gonna get hit a couple times here. Yeah, the 3 heart is red. Kind of want to take a lock, but it's about to get really awkward in the middle of the board, though. And there it is, Garvin coming in as well. Does he take that target lock? You would be trading 4 points for 4 points, assuming Garvin would be traded out here, because you're going to get shot at least twice by the ties. Oh, beautiful. Do you just stay there and focus? Yep. Here we go. Focusing. Focusing. That's DT and Scorch. Oh, Luke. He goes too fast. Oh, I thought it was the 1 speed all day. Luke is on the middle of that chaff. He gets jammed. He breaks the lock, and he gets stressed as well. Which one is DT on the overlay? DT, oh, there's 2 blues, huh? DT should be yellow. I had to change the colors, and I didn't change DT back. Scorch is green. Thank you for mentioning that. I apologize. I'm really bad at this. All right. Yeah. Okay. Here comes Mal. You just take a lock, right? Do your thing. Luke is about to eat a proton rocket. Does he even have the obstruction? He doesn't even get obstruction here, and I don't even think he has a shot on Nightfall. He doesn't. All right, so Malorus takes the target lock. Luke will have a shot first. I think the one forward also gets you procketed, so not sure he can avoid that. But the one forward clearly would have been better. I don't know if it would have cleared. It would have been pretty close. I think it does, but it was tight. Trading Luke for Grudge seems pretty ideal. We're going range 3. Luke's shot. Wings open, range 3. Into Scorch here. And you can't afford to spend both of your force. You can only spend one here. Either way, it's a bad shot. Well, it's not just 6 dice. You're spending a force to add an eyeball result, and then you're probably going to need to re-roll it. So it's not a guaranteed 6 hits. I still treat a shattering shot as a 5 dice asterisk shot. It's difficult to get the 6. But the point remains, it would have been a much more preferable situation for Luke than he's in now. We're gonna try to sink some shots into Garvin there in the middle, the red X-Wing. The first shot, Jesus, that is spend for a hit, 2 crits. It gets turned down for some reason. Oh, this is an ion cannon. That makes sense. So Gaelic's first shot, ion, and only takes a damage. Nice roll from Garvin there. Not ionized. Malorus's shot. Range 2 into Ezra. Gonna spend one of those charges for a cluster missile. Reroll. Ooh, only 2. And Ezra's going to have to spend a force unless he wants to take his shields. Ezra takes the shields, really wants to kill Grudge. So the hole is exposed on the gauntlet. Pretty easy to get that to happen. That's another reason why the gauntlet is a little tricky, is just the 2 shields. Okay, the 5s have shot. Garvin with the advanced proton torpedo. I mean, he could ban you. Actually, I think I need to make him a mod again because I timed him out. Greg used to be a mod. That's not a bad start though. That's already 3. Can you get 5? Spend the target lock. There it is. Ooh, Grudge. Grudge is open for paint. Get some. Spend the focus. After all that, it's 2 shields and a crit. Not dead quite yet. But the crit, let's see what it is. It is a direct. Okay, down to 2. So that is half points for the Wargaming dad. First blood goes to the Rebel Alliance here. And more shots into Garvin. You gain that strain. Here's Borch, DT. And is that range 1? It is not. It is range 2. Normal dice lead to a very dead Grudge. Indeed, I think if you're Andre, you're willing to trade one of your 6 ships for one of the 4 on the Rebel side. And you'll certainly see what you can do to Luke. There we go. In the dice cam, please. Here's the roll. All right, you get 3. Garvin blanks out. Doesn't have any defensive mods anyways. Down to 2 hull. That's half points. 2 points for Andre. Oh, this was... No, sorry. I apologize. This is another gauntlet. Okay. So Garvin still has 4 in a shield. Gauntlet. Ezra takes 3. He is down to 6. What's up, Mappy? How are you? This shot is into Luke, range 3 from Scorch. At least I got that shot right. Oh, Luke taking 2. Shields down. Did I get that one right? Did he shoot at Luke? Did he shoot at Keo for some reason? No. Luke with shields down. And here's the Procket. It is obstructed, I think, right? Oh, wait, no. How does that work? It is obstructed in Bullseye. So Luke does get a 3rd die. He's got his force. 5 dice. No rerolls here. So if you are Wargaming Dad, you're hoping for the blank skis. And that is a blank. Okay, there's 4. 3 hits and a crit after spending the focus. Pretty good Procket shot, ultimately. And Luke is going to take hit, crit. Cancels 1. Oh, terrible. This is why it can be really hard to play Luke sometimes. Hit. The crit is a panicked pilot. Triple stressed. Oh, God. That is brutal. Half points on Luke is scored. Andre coming out swinging pretty hard here. Now Keo's opportunity to kill Grudge. Grudge on 2 hull has a cluster missile. That means that you can also bonus attack DT, who is strained. Yeah, that 2 forward is significant. That's why I run R5D8 on Luke because of situations where I could end up with 2 or 3 damage cards pretty quickly. I just need to find a way to not die that turn. I try to fit elusive on him, but if you want like trick shot, and I still want to be pretty threatening with trick shot, I feel like I gotta take it, otherwise I would take elusive. Back in the last season, I could take R5, so then I could fit shattering shot in there. But R5D8, it is. Kyo, what's the choice? Yep, we got to do the cluster. This is probably going to kill Grudge. Spend the target lock on the blank and the eyeball. Actually, no, I think you just spend it on the blank, right? Or do you reroll both? You reroll both. Oh, even worse. Oh my god. Oh my god. Grudge rolls that evade. Oh, that's brutal. All right, double tap time. You still have your force. Maybe you get something into Borch here, into DT. Checking range 1. Oh, it has to be at range 1. So looks like, yeah, Borch is just a little too far away for that double tap. So not happening. Cluster missile, just 1. Ezra, you have an opportunity to kill Grudge now. Be 3 on 2. Your mod is you're forced to change 2 eyeballs to hits. Only 2. Grudge. If Grudge rolls an evade, he does. He rolls natties. Andre has gotten away with a lot. Oh, man. Oh, even yesterday's game, that was the dice. Man, they can certainly giveth, but it is taketh away. So for the Rebels right now, let's see if the variants can get back in Wargaming Dad's favor, because that was I will say the Advanced Pro Tour, he did get 5. That's good at least. Garvin didn't die. He didn't get shot at more than once. Ezra, though, on 6 hole. Luke is about to get blazer bombed. Triple stressed. Scorch could just probably 3 straight. The blazer bomb, you roll, it detonates and you roll for a hit or a crit for damage, and then it drops a token, not a token, like a template, right? Is that what we call these things? Like a big fiery bomb, and then you roll for stress, or no, then you roll for damage if you hit that as well. So it's something we don't often see is the blazer bomb. Grudge is gonna force Luke to re-roll as well if he doesn't take that last damage to kill him. The largest small bomb too. Yeah. It's quite big. So 4-3, first order here, with 1 scenario point going to each side. Andre has distributed a lot of damage so far. He's got the gauntlet down into the middle of its hole already. Luke, of course, where he's at. Pretty impressive opening, and some ridiculous luck in his favor as well. Order 66 not happy to see the dice going our way right now, for sure. It's the equivalent of us taking just a little too long to respond to their text messages, you know? So while they're planning, let me recap the rest of our games today and the next couple days for y'all. So let's go to the master sheet here, the master sheet. So we have our game now, and then at 7 o'clock, we've got Pim playing Resistance, I'm pretty sure, for Team Magic, the captain of Team Magic, against the captain of Team Havoc, Crispy, playing Separatists. That is 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. Then tomorrow at noon, Saturday the 4th, we've got Desi taking on Snaggletooth. That's Team NJO versus Team Mega Milk Union. Mega Milk Union is trying to sweep all 5 games, so Desi's going to try to be that stopper. And then at 2:30, we've got Fish, Nick playing First Order for the CFIS versus Flipster, one of the mods of the greatest mods of all time here for our X-Wing Unified mod. It's a good dude playing for the V team. He's playing Empire, First Order versus Empire. And then I believe I wrote in a game with Ollie and when is that? It's on Sunday. And then on Sunday, we have at 11 a.m., we got the XVT final featuring Sandy, captain of the V team, against Hellrunner. 2 o'clock, we've got Tyler, Teddy Roosevelt playing Republic for Team Magic, going up against Ollie, the 2.0 world champ. He's rocking Republic for Team Havoc. And then last but not least, at 4 o'clock Central, we've got our final Game 5, Tinder Gods versus the Order 66. Matt Carey playing Empire, and a chance against Levi playing Republic. So lots of games. So TLDR, the next game is tonight at 7 o'clock Central. And then join us the next 2 days. The first one being noon Central tomorrow. Got just one more dial to set and we'll be ready to go. The Blazer Bomb about to make its appearance. I think both of these players, we got Wargaming Dad is in the UK and Andre is in New Zealand. His brother is an editor for the Rings of Power, which is so cool. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I drafted him. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in the season 2 draft. One of the reasons why. And I've got my Lord of the Rings tumbler here. This is such a cool, so cool. It's custom engraved. Good stuff. We're second. Yeah, this is a tough spot. Ezra can't stop. He's gonna need to find a way to run into Grudge or another enemy, or else he's taking a friendly bump and he's just not. He's giving up the backside to Malrus. Malrus is in a really good spot. Malrus can just 3-bank. Maybe just do a 2-bank, actually. 3-bank will fit, though. I think there's the vocal minority. I think it's a vocal minority that hates the Rings of Power, but it just seems like a majority of people, just because they're very vocal. I want to say it's probably like maybe a 60-40 split. Joe, thank you for the sub, dude. Welcome. We miss you, man. Wish you could have been able to draft you. I would say the Rings of Power was good enough for me. Give it like a 7.5 out of 10. The last couple episodes, I think they just kind of rush into some stuff that I would have wished they did a little bit more for, but it is beautiful. I feel like I'm immersed in the world that I'm supposed to be immersed in. I think the music is really good. I think the acting is not bad. It's not, as good as the Lord of the Rings. There's a lot of pieces there that will make a good show if they, I think, just improve some of the writing, the quality of the, each episode should be a little bit more consistent with reveals and all the drama and action and stuff. Because the first third of the show is pretty slow. I'm all for it because I just love the world, but it's not easy to follow, and we're not gonna get a Blazer Bomb. We do get a chaff from Ezra. That must have been intentional, and Ezra is gonna hit his own chaff, and he bumps into did he hit himself? A only enemy. Okay. Yeah, so he can't take a focus because he chaffed himself. I will say, I think Amazon is one of the studios I would rather have in charge of making Lord of the Rings content than Warner Brothers. I'll die on that hill. They have a good track record of making some good stuff. It's just not for everybody. And I don't think they're trying to make the Lord of the Rings mainstream, because it's just like they are including a lot of things, you know, especially some stuff derived from the Silmarillion, just complicated lore from the Lord of the Rings that is just not gonna get anyone, like mainstream audience, to want to be interested. So they, you know, they're spending $1 billion on a show that's gonna cater to like Game of Thrones fans, fantasy nerds, and just diehard or just Lord of the Rings fans, you know. The what are we doing here? Who? Oh, Kyo bumps into an enemy ship. Can take a focus. I'm curious about why we didn't get the blade. I guess Andre thinks he can finish off Luke here via just shooting. That's got to be in it. That's a friendly bump. So Garvin's going to bump into Ezra. It's the large base getting in the way. No damage. I think he might have... I don't know. Maybe he forgot, but also he's... Maybe because of where everyone else is going, like Nightfall here. I don't know. Just take a focus. That's gonna block. That's probably blocking Scorch though. Check for the jam. Nope. The actress playing Galadriel, Morphe Clark. Such a Lord of the Rings actress name too. Even the guy that plays, oh, that clears. Wow, impressive. The guy that plays the Uruk is really good too. The Ada. Hail Ada, Lord of the Southlands. I also love what's his name? Cordova, Cruz Cordova. I think that's his name. He plays the elf archer from the Outpost. So good. Arondir, you know, solid. This is a Lord of the Rings stream now while we're watching X-Wing. Scorch takes that focus. And, ooh, hits the Chaffee. Gets jammed, rolls for the stress. I would imagine we're going to see Gaelic just bump into the side of Ezra. No stress. Lord of the X-Wing, what is up? Endo? Hail your mom. Oh, nice. Nice. Good one. And there's the bump. So it looks like you probably have a range one shot. Might be just out, but into Garvin, possibly range two. I'm sticking with the overhead view because I don't think this is very helpful for you guys, so we'll just stay up here. Malrus getting right behind. Taking that target lock. God, Malrus is so good. So good. And yeah, Luke is in a bad spot, to say the least. Poor guy. Gains the red flag. There it is. Andre remembering now to use the red flags. I appreciate it. And then he brings out the ghosted. Oh my god. The ghosted locks. We have all these custom tokens. You guys can see the charges are little swipe rights. We got ghosts on the other side. Commitment is there. Scoot coming in very late, thinking he can bet one all. That's the gag. That's the running joke. Luke, though. Luke's going to shoot. Maybe you can bring down Borchi. Borchi's got no tokens, but has 5 hull. Or 5 hit points. 2 shields, 3 hull. You go into Borch, though. You got range 1. Borch can't modify their dice for defense. 4 dice, 2 force. And the bad rolls continue. 2 blanks in there. You spend a force. And Borch, oh my god, Andre. Jesus Christ. This is not fair. Why isn't this working? Okay. There we go. All right. Collusion on stream. I'm rigging the dice, dude. Malrus. Andre can roll blanks too. He's just... All right, just 2. He's going to keep the lock. Ezra is okay. Oh no, we shot an Ezra already. I was focusing on... That was the bonus attack. I was focusing on the looping effect of the void not working. So Ezra is down to 4 now after taking a couple more. Gaelic. Let's see what we got here. Is that range 1? It is not. It is range 2. You're going to just do the ion cannon shot into Garvin. Garvin has taken 2 shields now, so let's update that because that was from that last shot from Malrus. Took down one of his shields. 2 hits. Garvin going to be taking a damage and an ion. Down to 3. That is half points. So 7 to 3. I have 9 to 3 right now. I think it's because of Ezra. They haven't updated Ezra. You get 3 points. For half on Ezra because he's 7 points. Okay, Ezra now. Range 1 into Borch. There you go. Way better. That's a hit and 2 crits. And that's going to be all going through. Borch takes half. Shields and a crit. Crit is a structural damage. Scorch is going to gain the stress to roll an additional attack die. Not great, Bob. See, if Luke rolls pain, he's going to be A-okay. And he is A-okay with that shot there. Spend that force. You're fine. Range 1. 3 hits will kill Luke. This is from Nightfall here. Nightfall, only hit crit. How much force does Luke have? Luke is fine. He has a force. If he rolled 2 eyeballs, he would have died. Does Borch have a shot? Borch has a shot. This is what Luke is capable of, right? Like, he could be on one hole, but just shrug it off. But you have to. Your opponent has to roll a blank or two every once in a while. Gonna gain the strain to roll 4. 2. Oh, double eyeballs. He dies. Only had 1 force. Taking 1. That brings Andre up to 12. I don't know why. I feel like if half for Ezra, he should have 13. Why do I have... Well, they've played only 1 round of objectives. Garvin has been halved. Ezra has been halved. Luke has died. So 6, 9, 10, 11, plus 1 is 12. Yeah, okay. So that makes sense. So 12 to 4 right now. All right, so after all that, Luke goes down. Borch on 2-hole with the structural damage. That's the only... And then a Grudge on 2-hole. Are we doing one more shot here? Oh, Keo has to shoot? Someone forgot to shoot, it seems. The Wargaming dad wants to show us up and be like, hey, how about I crush you guys on your own stream? Order 66 doesn't have to lose on our stream, Pim. They just are choosing to right now. I will say, though, that the dice have been lopsided. So it does make me look pretty bad, doesn't it? Like I'm doing something. Maybe I'm working behind the scenes with Flipster. He's not on Order 66. I paid him off. All right, Borch does go down. That last shot must have been... I think that had to have been Garvin shooting there. So that is a kill. 2 more points there. 12 to 6. Keo's shot. Not bad. Spend that force. You have a focus you spend. Yeah, keep that force. For 3 hits. Taken 2. That had to have been into Grudge. Yes, Grudge goes down. Couple more points there. So 12 to 8. 12 to 8. Getting close. But Grudge did his thing. That chaff on Luke was the game changer. Now Ezra needs to find a way to get off the chaff and also not land on the debris. I'm not sure about how he can do that. Malrus is in a good position to cluster the ionized Garvin. And then Nightfall can do mean things and jam off the focus he would get if he cleared his ion maneuver. So at the end of it, it will be 13-9 as both players are within range 2 of the center point. 4-point margin. A kill on Ezra will get Andre up to 17. Garvin would get Andre up to 15. I would say for the Rebel side, at this point, it's about where you can put Ezra. Can Ezra get some meaningful shots? In terms of how you kill, like, these ties are pretty healthy right now. I don't think any of them else have taken damage. Scorch will be hard to kill in one turn, but Nightfall, you get Nightfall out of there, becomes a little bit more manageable. Scorch is a problem, though. His ability's so good. One last shot. Range 2 out the rear. I guess he forgot. Did he forget Veteran Tail? Does he have Veteran Tail? Yeah, they're just letting him do it. No problem. He's safe. But yeah, let's just take a closer look here. The chaff debris situation. This is a rough spot for Ezra. He might just have to eat it and go fast over both. Doesn't look like a turn is going to be able to get him out of the way of the chaff. I think he might clear the debris. Hello there. Hope you guys are having a good Friday. And if you have weekend plans, what are they? What are you guys doing? Anyone got any dates? Going on any dates? Hanging out with your mom. You can call that a date if you want. That's all right. Me and you? Okay, I'm down. I still have to respond to the you up text, but I'll get to it. Will, I get to decide our matchups, dude. I think we should play each other. It would be fun. Oh, dude, red light chicken is perfect. I think you said next weekend. I don't think Adepticon's next weekend, right? Is it? There's no way. No, it's like 2 weeks. I was like almost panicking for a second. I'm like, holy fuck, is it actually next weekend? Oh, dude, yeah, we always every Thursday for our league nights we do red light chicken. It is so good. You've conscripted friends to get it for, dude. You liked it that much, huh? Nice. That makes sense. That's commitment too. I'll make sure that they know that you did that because they will appreciate the hell out of that. The guy that runs that place is really cool. He's a good dude. Yeah, that used to be a place called Devil Dogs, which was also really good. That shack, it was just like sliders and hot dogs, like all these different kinds of hot dogs. It was great. When I was in college, it would, my campus is literally right next to that, next to red light. So I would go and get like $3 hot dogs, or like, I think it was like $4 for a hot dog. The sliders were like $3 each or $3.50. It was like really cheap. I miss those days. It's hard to find a deal these days. unless you're going to In-N-Out. I feel like In-N-Out's one of the few great deals left out there for the American consumer of the fast foods. Garvin, I think he's Wargaming Dad is unsure which direction to go. Garvin, gonna bank it probably. I would imagine you bank down. I don't know. All right, here we go. Turn 4 coming up. Ezra too hard. Clears the debris, not the chaff. But that's good. At least he clears the debris. Although I guess maybe Ezra wants to be stressed. It is into an enemy, so he can still stress himself if he wants. I think he actually might already be because of the chaff last turn. It looks like he is. So he does suffer all the effects again because he's overlapping the chaff. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so the chaff, like all the other obstacles, if you hit it but you clear it, you don't suffer the effects. But if you hit it and you stay on top of it, you suffer the effects again. So jam, roll for stress, break locks, the whole 9 yards. Keo doing that one hard. Scorch, 2 hard clears. Take the focus. Get ready to use your ability again. Prime it up. Oh, nice. 3 hard clears everything. And gets the Nightfall ability because he went over through the large base of Ezra. Gonna focus, rotate. They can do that? I guess that's on the pilot card, huh? It is, yeah. And, oh, Garvin chaffs as well. So even if he wanted to focus, he can't. Yeah, I'm not sure I like the chaff on Ezra unless you aren't putting it in front of you in other ships. Because then you start trying to avoid bumps and it just gets complicated. And there's a bump into Garvin. You take the red focus. I don't know if there's a point. I don't know if you even have a shot. And here's Malrus. Right behind Keo and Garvin here. Just taking another lock for that last cluster missile. Does she have any left for... She does have 1 charge left for her ability. Spends the last charge. Takes that red flag. Who do you want? I would rather lock Garvin, honestly. But you lock Keo and then bonus attack Garv. Well, you can't bonus attack. You got 1 charge left, so. Okay, Keo it is. Hoping you can kill Keo if you have a good shot from both Scorch and Malrus here. Spend the lock on the eyeball. There's 3 eyeballs, and you have your ability for 3 hits. Keo is okay. Spends the force to get out of it all. Right on. Gaelic. Who is he bumped into right now? You do have Keo at range 1 with the ion cannon. It is Keo. So you make Keo spend the force. I think Keo does have a focus right now as well. Does, I believe. Pretty solid. You spend. 2 hits and a crit. Jesus Christ. So that was not an ion cannon. That was just the primary, and Keo takes a crit. It is a fuel leak. Doesn't really matter. In fact, it doesn't matter at all. That's half on Keo. That's a point. Hey, Scott. Thanks, man. Thank you for the raid. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Nickel City X-Wing Draft League coverage of Week 1. The Tinder Gods, my team, going up against Order 66. This game going in our favor right now. We've got one more game on Sunday to determine who wins this week. If assuming Andre is able to finish this one off. That's just the assumption right now. Scorch, though, going all in. That is one more die. That kills Keo anyways. Hello there. Hey guys, we're at 797 followers, so any of you Hexiled folks, if you like watching X-Wing, we do an okay job here. I mean, hey, at least give me a follow for literally everything you see back here. It's a lot of effort. Just follow for the Lego. Get us to 800. Love you forever. I'd love you long time, as long as forever. So Keo goes down as another 2 points for Andre. Puts him up to 16. Garvin does have Nightfall at range 2. It's obstructed through the chaff. Yeah, the home team is only won one game early on. Looks like the second game has just been won. The away team has been piling on the early dubs, though. We're about a third of the way through our games now. I think almost half of the. I think we might be half of the way through now. Garvin's shot was nothing. Ezra, unfortunately, doesn't have anything either. That's just a bad spot to be in. So now we have the range 1, the rear shot. Did Nightfall not do any damage to Ezra? I guess not. Doesn't look like it. That shot already happened. So 17 to 10. Andre with a comfortable 7-point lead. The win condition is Nightfall, basically. You got to find a way to. I don't see it happening, just where everyone is right now. Garvin's in a real bad spot. Ezra is not going to be able to get Nightfall. 4 games now? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because several you won last night. I'm sorry. How could I forget? So what's the overall home? Was it like it's like 4 and 13 or something? Home team, the away team, or this is the overall home team record for the first week? At least 4 wins. Well, thank you, Scott. Really appreciate that, man. Thank you. We do have more X-Wing tonight at 7 o'clock. We've got Pim versus Crispy, so y'all are around. Friday night X-Wing. I know most people go out on Friday, but what you could do is you could sit at the bar all by yourself on your phone watching Twitch. Because that's what people do, right? This could be the last turn. Depends on what happens with Garvin. I'm not sure if Ezra's going to go down. But a couple of shots coming into him, it's possible. Exactly. Yeah. Nothing wrong with nerding out on a Friday, because I nerd out 7 days a week. All the time. Just perpetually a nerd. All right. I think we're ready to go. This is turn 5. 15 minutes and change left in this game. Game 4 of the Tinder Gods versus Order 66. Andrew Oler is the team captain of Order 66. Great dude, former Rebel player. Just some gamesmanship, you know, just both teams going at it right now. I will say that outside of my game with Michael, which was a 5-point margin, the games have not been particularly close. What do you guys define as a close game at 2.5? Like 3 or less points? It ended up being a 5-point margin. It was closer until Keo died, like the last shot of the game. But I don't know if you can. I don't think you can find a way to shoot Garvin here. I guess you could boost down towards the bottom of the board. Your opponent not spotting you 6 and still winning. What does that mean? So what's the league you guys got here? First time on the stream. Well, thank you. Believe it or not, there are a bunch of people that do stream X-Wing. We're out here in the wild. Ooh, that is a bump. That's fine. Into an enemy. Okay, so the draft league, check out Nickel City X-Wing because Greg does a great, this is his thing. He runs a great ship over there, awesome stream. We have 12 teams, 2 divisions. Each team has a captain. I'm one of them. And we go through a draft. Each of us have our draft order. It's a snake draft. So first we'll, pick first, and then it'll go down to 12th, and then 12th will pick twice, and it goes up to first and down again, and so on. And we choose a player. We pick the faction that they're going to play in, and then they're locked into playing that faction until the middle of the season when we have a chance to change factions. Most teams have 6 players. Some have 7. They have like a sub. Each week, the home team will decide the matchups. The away team and captain will work with the home team captain to pick who is playing who in what scenario. The home team picks who is playing who in what scenario, and then the players schedule their times. A lot of them are on stream. It's a best of 5, so first to 3 wins the week. Each division, 4 of the 6 teams will make the playoffs. It's like Ezra is taking that damage. No. The game we streamed last night looked like a swing. I didn't get a chance to check that one out yet. Drew and 2 Squadron. Let's go. Let's go. Gotta do the redeem. Gotta do the Sigma. Redeem Sigma. There you go. Nice roll from Andre. Spend that focus into Garvin here. Garvin, roll more paint. Down to 1. He has hit. Crit was a stun pilot. 1 hole on Garvin now. But yeah, feel free to ask any more questions about the draft league here. I think I have a redeem for. Do I have not a redeem, but what is it? I gotta remember it now. Let me check out our commands. No. Oh yeah, I was going to add the link to the standings. However, since this is the first week, there is nothing to see yet, so I haven't added it yet. And that's why it's not working. I know, Andrew. That's why I'm trying to get all these games on here, obviously. Andrew, I scored 15 scenario points and lost, dude. That, how often do people score that many scenario points and lose their games? That's crazy. That's a lot of points. If half points existed, it would have been beneficial in my game against Michael, I think, because scenario points combined with half points. Fire sprays are great points fortresses, though. They're real hard to bring down, especially the high initiative ones. Double tap and bomb you and do all the good things. A close game is when it comes to the last roll. Yeah, I mean, that's the closest it could possibly be without it being tied. But I think a close game, you can 3 or 4 point margin. I think only in chance is that a wider gap. Ezra at the rear. Andre's fine. Spends. He's good. Garvin did the 4Ks. He is ionized, so looks like the one hard from Nightfall is going to pin him down. One point for have ships in non-chance scenarios helps slow ships. Yeah. Something. I don't know. It's too easy to points fortress behind a Boba or a Vader or a Django, or it's just kind of ridiculous. It's like, man, I get you down to like 2, 3 hull, 1 hull. Get away. Just sucks. It ultimately just blows. It impacts the kind of variety we see in the meta. It's annoying when so much depends on one rule, like for like road. Random order. It definitely has a big impact in games. The updated score after the scenario points are scored is 18 to 11 here. So Andre getting within 2. I think we're almost ready to go. So Grudge and DT have died for the First Order. However, everyone else is untouched. I would imagine that you might get Scorched doing a 1 hard in front of the rock, I would think, maybe. Ezra stops. He's stopping. He ain't going nowhere. Does he pivot? You swivel around? I would imagine he does, right? Try to get a good shot. There we go. He's swiveling down. Okay. He gets that VTG lined up. Thank you for following. Nico Sabo 0812, 2 followers away from 800. Hexiled crew, if you're not following and you don't hate me yet, that's my plea. Okay, he is gonna end up swiveling up to the top. Garvin just doing the 1 bank, the ion maneuver. Can take the focus. It's gonna get jammed. The whispers are super annoying with that. There's the focus. Okay, Scorch just doing the 4K. Grabs that red flag there. Next up, we got, there's the 1 hard. Should be able to boost in. Michael, thank you so much for the follow. Y'all are the best. X-Men community, I don't think it gets any better than us, does it? Y'all are the best. Appreciate it. There's the focus. Just gonna stay there. I think he kind of wanted to boost, but check range 1. I don't think Garvin is close enough. Nope. But you can jam. You can jam Ezra. Doesn't really matter. Oh, Gaelic just avoids that rock. Whoo! Take a focus. And there's the bump. So there's only 1 shot, unless you count range 0, which X-Wings hate range 0 shots, man. They die so fast to range 0 shots. X-Wing community is just always going to be the best. So range 0. Well, no, we're just gonna see if you can kill both here. As it's 3-on-1. Ezra down to just 1 because of the swivel there. That's gonna be 2 hits. Ezra taking 1 guaranteed, taking 2. On 2 hull. He took just 1 damage there. I thought he took 2. I don't know. Range 0. Shot. Nothing. Garvin not able to do any damage there. Now, your choice is, do you try to get the kill to win the game here on Ezra or on Garvin? And it's going to be Ezra, range 2. 3 dice. And you're going to spend. And Ezra gets the evade. I feel like Ezra should be dead because... One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 3, 6, 7, 8. Hey guys, sorry, super quick. The last shot when Ezra rolled a blank result, was that 2 hits into him or 1? Because I might have had...
I thought it was 2.
I thought it was 2 as well. I just maybe...
Cool. We're sure that's enough to kill him.
Yeah, I think that's why I asked, because it would be enough to kill if he did take 2.
I must have missed one. We were just saying that's enough to kill him, so...
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
No worries, sorry to interrupt.
No, that's good, thank you.
All right. That is going to kill Ezra. Brings Andre up. The final score would be 23-12 after scenario points. And again, sorry to do it to you, Order 66, but... It's not over yet. You guys thought it's one more game. We'll see how it goes.